All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be spending some time on intercepts. Sorry for the interruption. We're going to try the best that we can. We have done this before. It is going to be on your quiz tomorrow. So again, what I need you to do is to find your two items here, specifically the X Intercept. And the X Intercept, again, is when you are on the X-axis and your Y is equal to 0. And then once you have found that, to the right, please go ahead and put Y-Intercept. And that is in the y-axis when the x is equal to 0. So again, the great news about this is the work is actually pretty quickly, or done pretty quickly. Then you can be able to actually graph it if it requires you to graph. So number one, I'm just going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm solving for my x, so that's x plus 2, and then my y is 0. So 2 times 0 equals 4. But again, the great news about that is it disappears because 2 times 0 is just 0. So x is all by itself. It is isolated to be x equals 4. I am done with my x, except for I want it to be in the ordered pair again. X is 4, y is 0. So if you had to graph it, you would go on the x-axis at 4, 0. Same thing over here with my y-intercept. In order to find my y-intercept, the x has to be 0. That's why we label it like this. So I put my 0 for my x plus 2y equals 4. So again, the 0 really doesn't matter. So we have 2y equals 4. And most of you know that just in your head. So y has to be 2. So our ordered pair again is the x value first, y value second. So on the y-axis at location 2, it's really the ordered pair of 0, 2. If it requires on your future problems again, you would then graph this and make your line using your straight edge. All right, so let's try number 2. Same strategy. We're going to separate it. We're going to do a few problems together again. So each one, again, you're going to write like this. X-intercept, y equals 0. Then you will say y-intercept.
Ilani Cortez, please report to the office.
X equals 0. So whenever there's negative signs involved, remember that's when students start to make little mistakes, so please be very careful there. Nice thing about this one, though, again, is x is all by itself. So if I say x subtract 3 multiplied by 0, because again, y is 0, that really doesn't matter. So it's just x equals 9. So again, we got lucky with our beginning ones there. X is already solved, so then we just put it in our ordered pair. Again, that means on the x-axis at location 9, 0 is where we would put our first point on our future graphing problems. Same strategy over here. X is 0, but again, this is where students make mistakes. So the 0 doesn't matter, so I've got negative 3y is equal to 9. So from here, I need to be careful with what I divide. So I divide by negative 3. So then y is going to be equal to a positive divided by a negative is a negative. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So my ordered pair, again, remember, is x value first, which is 0. Y value is second of negative 3. Beautiful. And on your little quiz tomorrow, you will have some questions like this, where it may ask you to just find the x-intercept, or just find the y-intercept, or find both of them, or find both of them and then graph, which is what we're going to do right now. But you know what? They're already actually given to us. So what we need to do again is just practice our quick concept here. So for x-intercept, go ahead and directly below that, go ahead and put your ordered pair for me. What is the ordered pair for the x-intercept? And then what is the ordered pair for your y-intercept? All right, give you about 15 seconds to do that. Remember, you need a 0 somewhere, just like we did here and here. So you should have it, x-intercept. Okay, so if x is a negative 2, y is 0, and that is on the x-axis here. Then I have my y-intercept. Remember the y-intercept, the y is 5, so that means the x is 0. So on the y-axis, I have it here.
Justin Echevarria, please report to
Go
the
ahead
office.
and plot those 2 points like I just did, and then let's make our straight edge line up with the dots. And then let's make our arrows with our both ends. Remember, end to end on that. And then we're going to write, oh, we actually don't have an equation, so I'm not going to write the equation here. But again, I've got my 2 points and my line. Again, make it edge to edge. Towards the end of the year, when we do a little bit more advanced graphing, getting ready for high school, the edge to edge concept is going to be very helpful for you. All right, let's try number 8. If you notice, number 8 does not have the X-intercept and Y-intercept identified. So I'm going to come over here and do that little bit of work, just like we did on number 1 and number 2. So for the X-intercept, again, that is Y is equal to 0. And then I seem to be a little out of room, and I want to do it on the right side. So imagine again that it was going to the right. You might have enough room to do it for yourself. I will find the Y-intercept, and the X is going to be equal to 0. All right, so looking at the equation, man, it's too easy again. It's just a simple X, but that's good news for you. So X subtract 3 times 0 equals 6. Doesn't matter, so X equals 6, which is 6, 0. So go to your x-axis and locate 6, 0 with me. It has to be on the x-axis right here. Beautiful. Right, to the right, I'm going to go ahead and do my y-intercept now. So my x is 0, subtract 3y, and this time it's equal to 6. So it's very similar to the problem that we did on number 2 here. So I've got negative 3y is equal to 6. Divide by negative 3. Finish that. Make your quick ordered pair. And then make your quick point. Obviously, we're going a little quick on this because we have already done this before. Again, this was back from a while ago. And that's okay. We could do some practice for the end of the year test for high school and so on. We got a nice negative 2. So we have 0, negative 2. So when you're on your graph, y-axis, 0, negative 2 is here. Let's make our line edge to edge. And if you notice, we do have an equation this time. So let's go ahead and label the original equation. X minus 3y is equal to 6. Beautiful. All right, I think we got, one more. All right. So for this one, not just a simple x, so we do have to be a little bit more careful on the x. We've got nice positive numbers here, but then we got a negative number here on the right side. All right, so let's go ahead and set it up. Again, we say our x-intercept, y equals 0, and then to the right, I'm going to say my y-intercept, x equals 0. All right, I'm going to give you just a small head start while I get some water, and you are working. All right, so to find x again, I have 5x plus 3 times the 0, because again, x-intercept, y is 0. That's going to be equal to negative 15. So I have 5x is equal to negative 15. So I do have to divide on this one. find out what your x is, and then make your ordered pair, then plot your point. So x should be -3. So we have -3, 0, which is on the x-axis right here. All right, halfway done. Let's look at the other side, which you may have started. I'm going to give you a small head start again. All right, according to our equation, it is 5x, so I'm going to write 5 times 0, because the x is 0, plus 3y, and that's going to be equal to -15. Simple division. And ordered pair. Once you have your ordered pair again, let's go ahead and plot. I'll give you about 15 seconds to finish writing. Many of you probably already have this, and you should be plotting your point, connecting it with a straight edge, making your line, edge to edge, with arrows, and original equation. All right, that's enough time. Here, look how good that was. Equation. And bam, we're done. Very nice, very nice. So again, you're going to complete the remaining problems on your own before class is up. And you're going to see all the answers presented to you tomorrow on the little video. And then you're going to rock your quiz to get some good points to help balance out your grade, as well as get practice for the end of the year test and get ready for high school. All right, be awesome.